Hey, hello beautiful people. I am 1111 Code. That's right, I see reality as a reflection of ourselves. We want to know thyself. We look at our reality. I mean, you can use that on other people. You know what other people are about when you look at their reality, what they're into, you can work someone out, work a person out. Because we are the I am, and that image is in our imagination. And we can imagine ourselves in a certain light, and that light is material, matter. It will manifest in this reality. Because when you think about it, nothing was being created or invented by man or woman in this reality. It didn't first start in the mind, in the imagination. You know, you thought the idea or the desire, and then you pictured what that would look like, and then you held true to that, and it will manifest in your reality. It materialized. You know, this is how I see reality. You know, what you mind will matter. So what matters to you materializes. You know, what images do you have in your mind of what's meaning to you? Whatever's meaningful to you, that's the image you're holding. So in your mind, that will matter to you now, and ultimately it materializes. So we can work with that better if in our minds we're planting seeds that will flower. You know, we don't want to be planting seeds what turn into weeds. You know, and we know that's like looking at yourself in a negative way, say, or highlighting to yourself your bad points, or it could even be other people, you know, judging, or even just being immersed in other people's lives. Because they're the seeds you're planting in your mind. It's all about everyone else and not thyself. And you will see that projected in your reality if it's about you or others. You know, what you're doing each day, your actions, you know, your work or home life, you know, hobbies, anything really, how you interacting, you'll know whether you're planting the seeds for self or others, or these seeds turn into weeds, or they're going to flower. So I really do feel, you know, when you plant seeds in your mind of things you want to know, you know, that you're asking the question, that's the quest I on, then they can flower, and then you know when they're flowering because you're in a flow state. You know, take the ER off a flower, you'll have flow. You're in the flow. It's like a flow state, you know, you get them bliss moments. Because in the moment, that's where the momentum is. In the moment. The at the it's a moment, you'll have the momentum. You know, so really stand to what we're focusing on. You know, what we focus on will be revealed in our reality. You know, because it's all subconsciously going on. You know, we're gathering information all our waking hours, and that's going into our subconscious, which therefore protecting us. You know, so it wants to bring forth into the material realm that what we are subconsciously repetition putting in, because the subconscious identifies with repetition, you know, habit, if you like. You know, we're habitual, you know, we're quite addicted to things. That's why, because the subconscious reacts to repetition. So we can do repetition with our mind with good things, you know, with positive sayings, with I am, affirmations. You know, we can raise our vibration personally with confidence or creative endeavours, or you know, being happier, you know, letting go of any judgment, you know, because you're starting to observe, and that's a better place to be. So you're using the I ams for that. and that will raise your vibration. So we can use that and put that in our subconscious. Because this is how I see it, because our imagination is in our subconscious, really. We can work with it with our imagination. I think that's where it starts. And then you can get in that flow state. If you're in that flow state, because it's just flowing through you. You're connected to something, you don't know where you're getting it from. And you get them epiphany moments, that's when you know. Because like my little saying is, when I think, then I use ink. So it is good to note down or list even, make a card. So, there's lots of different ways you can penetrate your subconscious by using your imagination, with getting creative. And that can, repetition of that, it'll go into our subconscious. Ultimately, it will appear in our reality. This is theoretically speaking, this is how I'm seeing it. And I have got personal evidence of that. And when you get that, that's where you get your faith from. For me, any knowing of this, first is the awareness of it. You get the awareness, then your consciousness will catch up with that awareness. Then you become conscious of this. Then you get a knowing of this is true. So there lies the faith in the knowing. So once you've got faith in that knowing, ultimately, it has to come forth. Real eyes will see that. We know to think it, imagine it, then you create it. That's how it works. You can create it in the material or the immaterial. It's brought forth the same way. So this is how I see reality really is a reflection of ourselves. So if we want to know, us, ourselves, the reality reflects that. And that's even with synchronicities. This is how I'm seeing it in you go within and you want to ask questions, you will find answers, and then you'll get your knowing. And you'll know if this is true because you'll get the synchronicities in your reality as well. People, places, situations will arise, in a rhythm, in a synchronistic pattern. That's when the clock might even give you the answer. I was doing this video and it was showing me 12:12 when I looked up. So, and that is about, for me, is the dream, the desire. And that's where it arises from. Your dreams or desires are from your imagination. And that's where they're seeded. And some will flower, some will go to weed. So it's down to the individual, because the individuality, we know in duality, so we need to find polarity. Then I feel these seeds will flower with polarity, because that's a higher vibrational pole. And I feel if you're in that pole or on that pole or up on that pole, that's where the magic happens. You're vibrating high. You need to be high vibrating, I feel. And then no one can knock you down from up there. Because any resistance to anything you're thinking or desiring or knowing, and you react to that resistance, then that's only harming self. Because it won't turn into a flower because you've got resistance. A flower just wants to flower, just wants to grow. Like your seeds in your mind, let them grow and they will flower. This is how I'm seeing it. That's it. I think that's what I've got to say on it. Our reality is a reflection of ourselves, so keep them eyes open. And as always, I'm 11 Code, and I love you all.